Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another rush day. Oy vey, gewalt ich mir. It is 6:44 a.m. on Thursday, the 13th of September. 6:44, that's bad. I have therapy today. And, of course, here's a little Saber slash cream of the Hamster band, Cookies and Cream. She is a sweetie. I woke her up. So she's a little bit more skittish than normal, but I wanted to show her off because my kitty was in my lap, but then I accidentally scared her off, and so she's gone. She's in the room, she's eating, but this is the little Hamatron. So I'm gonna put her back. Yes, indeed. Oops, I'm sorry, little one, I put you in the wrong corner. Well, here, let me scare you back in the right corner. There we go. Oh boy, I set my alarm for 5:30 last night. Would have been fine, would have been really good. But when I woke up this morning, I looked at my clock and it was 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. And so I quickly got up in panic, came in here, and it was 20 minutes after 6. The best laid plans of mice and men gang off to Galay. Oh yes they do. Oh yes they do. So I've got to get out of here at 8 o'clock at the latest. I got therapy, which means I don't have a ton of time to render this, and then I got to get it uploaded. I need to get it, well, I need to start the upload process at 7:30 at the very latest, which means I got 45 minutes to get this recorded and edited and then rendered. Oh no! So I'm in a real hurry today. It's not going to be a ton of stuff, and that's okay. In fact, there's the kitty. Yay, Amelia kitty. She's a very good kitty. She's gained weight. She's been spending most of her time in here. She does go outside, of course, because no cat box or anything like that. So even though she's an older kitty and I'm up on the second floor, she has to jump up onto another thing, climb up onto a fence, get up onto an eave, jump up onto another place, and then jump up through the window. So she's got quite a travel to make to get in and out that window, but she does it. Oh boy. So I gotta keep an eye on her and make sure that, you know, if she can't get in and out through the window, and I gotta watch her, that I'm gonna make sure that I got a cat box in here so that she doesn't have to go in and out the window. I don't know what she's gonna do when that day comes. She's always been an outdoor kitty. And in fact, about 10 years ago in Shelton, we had a huge scourge of wild dogs in the neighborhood around the huge, not just our street, but huge area. About 10 years back, wild dogs, they killed 90% of all the cats and everything else in the neighborhood. It was terrible. We used to have bunnies, and they killed all the bunnies. I mean, we didn't own bunnies. There were wild bunnies because some people had bunnies and they got loose. No more wild bunnies after that. 90% of the cats vanished. Luckily, they were able to wipe out the dogs after that, but we all lost pets. I mean, we lost a cat, and Amelia, amazingly, always an outdoor kitty. She's smart. She's very smart. She's resourceful. She kept going outside and she survived the dogs. And she's always been smart. She's saved other cats. Some other cats, because she was born to I and my wife with one of our cats that had kittens, and we couldn't take care of them. So our brother-in-law's family took the cats. And then when Amelia, discovered that I and my wife had moved across the street, she came over to see us all the time. But she also saved the lives of other cats because my brother-in-law's family always had a lot of trailers and RVs and such like that. And one of their cats had gotten trapped inside one of the trailers. But Amelia kept hanging around that door of that trailer and then going back and forth and back and forth. And finally they said, "What's going on?" They went in, discovered there's a cat in there. So Amelia went and saved the life of another cat by acting the way she did. So she's smart and she's very resourceful. It's just, she's getting older. But I'm making sure to feed her, especially since nobody else does. Poor kitty. She's a good kitty though. She adopted me again as soon as I moved into my brother-in-law's garage. She just said, he's here now, mine. And she just glommed onto me hard. And then when I moved here, she showed up on my front door. So I'm glad that she chose me. She's a good kitty and I love her a lot. It's just she's older anyway. All my hamsters are fine. We're doing good. That's a good thing. You've seen the one. Charvy runs around. Oh yes, one of the things that happened. Amelia was sleeping in my window. I can't remember if this happened yesterday or the day before. Well, she wasn't sleeping yet. She was in the window, and underneath the window is where I've got the stacks of hamsters. And so Charvy's cage, because of his tall wheel, does not have a lid. All of my other hamster cages do, but not his. So he was sitting in his cage, you know, doing his hamster stuff. He was sleeping, actually. And Amelia was up here in the window, and then she kept falling asleep in the window. And the next thing I heard, thump, as she rolled out of the window, fell into the hamster cage, woke up down there in the hamster cage. Charvy slept right through it. But it didn't knock anything over. I mean, the wheel went ring, 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 but it's got a good solid base and the wheel didn't move. But Amelia went, wah, and then jumped back into the window and pretended that nothing happened, but it was good. Now, I wasn't worried about Amelia doing anything bad to the hamsters. I have, like I say, Charvy's cage over there with no lid, and she comes in all the time. She used to, when I lived over across the street in my brother-in-law's place, before I got into the garage, they just let me stay in their dining room, and I had taken that place over. But during that time when I had hamsters, Amelia would sleep inside of the open hamster cages with the hamsters inside, and she never bothered them. She is smart. She realized these were not things that you kill. And in fact, she really knows that. She, back in the very beginning when we had first moved in here, and I had another hamster called Don Draper. She was sleeping at the end of the hallway. Well, not even sleeping, just lying at the end of the hallway out that door. While I was downstairs, Don had gotten out of his cage like 3 times. I kept catching him and putting him back in his cage, and then I'd come back and he'd be out again. So this last time I came up and he was out in the hallway, but he was playing with her tail. And she was just sitting there and watching him. She wasn't going to attack him. She was just curled up and just had her eyes open and was watching him play with her tail. And she is hell on creatures. She's always killing and eating shrews and birds and all sorts of stuff. I mean, she knows how to survive and eat, and she kills and plays with stuff, and she's a cat. So she knew that she could have killed and destroyed that thing, but she knew it's a hamster. Don't kill it. It's not an enemy. It's not a toy. And so she just let it play with her tail until I came up and found him. Very, very good. Oh, she's climbing. Hi, Amelia kitty. You're a good kitty. I need to clean up in here again. It's gotten messy. I have been cocooning this past week. I don't know why. There is some stuff going on inside of my head. I'm going to talk to my therapist about that today. And it's not good. I've been cocooning up here in this room. I have not been avoiding human contact entirely. I've still gone out for walks. I still go downstairs. I still talk to people. But this last week, I haven't done anything, even though I've been desperately trying to. So there's something going on in here, and I'm not quite sure what. Good thing I'm going to the therapist today. Now, one thing I did want to say, and this is such a rush, but I want to get at least some of it done. Oh yes, I'm going to be moving that bookcase that I've got over there and putting it back here behind me. The problem is, because it's going to be behind me, I'm going to obviously have to change where my camera is, because you wouldn't even be able to see the bookcase that goes directly behind me. I want it to be on display with that bookcase because it's going to be having all of my consoles on it, and if you can't see it, what's the point? So I'm going to have to figure out a way to move me and the camera so that I can do this and not be horribly embarrassed by the way my room looks, and also be able to see the bookcase back behind me, because I've been meaning to talk about the size of these rooms here. I have a small bedroom, and this is a second small bedroom. These are two small children's bedrooms. Because if you take a standard two-person mattress bed, what is it, a twin? No, a twin is a single person, oddly enough. But it's like a queen size. If you take a queen and you tuck it into the corner, because they're slightly elongated with the door here, and there's off to the side of the door, there's just enough room. You can take that two-person mattress and stuff it into the corner, and it goes from the corner to just before the door. So it was designed to have a mattress there to fill up that portion of the room. And when you fill up this, right where I have all this stuff, when you fill in this area with a bed, that leaves about 1.5 meters of space where that door is, which was, if there was a bed here, this is where you'd have to walk around the bed. And then down there, at the end of my bookcase, well, not the end of my bookcase, I have 2 desks that I use as a desk. At the end of that is where the end of the bed would be, and then there's about 1.5 meters of space on that end of the room. They're not very big. So with my studio right here against this side in this part of the room, there's not a whole lot of room actually. I got that 1.5 meters from the door and out, and then 1.5 meters on that side of the room. So when I put the hamster cages against that wall, there's not much room left to walk over there at all. And then when I have the bookcases and such there, that leaves not much room between where I walk in and the rest of the room back behind me. Now, I'm not complaining. I lived in my brother-in-law's garage, which was just slightly bigger than this room here. And that was my entirety of existence. That was supposed to be everything I lived in. Everyone in the house is going, well, why can't you live down in that? My daughter lived down there and they did that. Yeah, your daughter lived down there when they had that tiny room that I had to put my entirety of my existence in was their bedroom. And then they had another bedroom off to the side that they put stuff in. And then they had another open area in the front that was a living room, and then a further extension of that out to the garage door. So they had 4 times as much room to put their stuff in. So yeah, I had a bedroom this size to put everything into. Now on the other side, where I do have my bed, same thing. You put the bed and that leaves 1.5 meters around the edge. Now the 1.5 meters, there's a walk-in closet on that side of the wall where my bedroom is. So you walk in, bed against the wall, tucked into the corner, because there's no other place to put it really if you want to have the door open, unless you put it up again like the hamster wall part. But I don't want to put my bed underneath the window. And so you've got the little area to the walk-in closet, and then the back part of the room is I need to go through and sort through all the stuff that I've gotten out of the storage unit. So there's storage unit stuff there. So I got a bed, and then it's filled with storage unit stuff, and that's my bedroom. There's no other room in there. And then there's here, which is this. And I got to keep it tidied up, which means I have to clean it up again today. It gets messy here next to me, and it gets messy here slightly to the side, so I just need to tidy it up so I can move the bookcases, so I can figure out if I even can put it back there and not have it all just be hidden behind me, because if it's all just hidden behind me, what's the frickin' point? Oh boy, I don't know how I'm going to get this one done. Well, at 13 minutes and change, this is such a, I don't even know if, okay, I'm going to show this thing off because otherwise I'm going to forget. So we're going to have an unboxing of sorts, and then I'm going to have to actually call it. I'm not even going to thank people this time. When I went to the post office yesterday, oh, that thing went and fell. Son of a gun. Things are so sloppy. They're falling around now. I'm trying to find the postcard that I got yesterday. I think it might have been this one. I did, or I found now I'm a horrible, horrible person. Because I can't find the postcard that I don't even know if there was a postcard. Come to think of it now. Well, that's correct. You've already seen that because I didn't have a postcard. In fact, this is stuff that came in Amazon. Oh man, my brain. I'm not going to have time to get this all done. I went to I went to Amazon. I got emailed. Let me start again. I have been up right now only a half hour, and I'm in a rush because I've got to get this thing edited and rendered so I can get out of here. I'm so sorry. Yesterday, an Amazon package was mailed to me. Inside of it was a container of hamster food, and I have, of course, lost the name. I thought I'd put the little Amazon thing right next to it. Is this it? I'm not sure. Oh, well, that was... no. Gosh darn it. Well, I had the name off to the side, so I was sent a bag of hamster food. Very, very awesome. But also, I believe I'd put this on my wish list, I think, and then forgotten completely about it. But look at that. And it's got how to use the ocarina. And I've opened this up already because I couldn't believe it, but it's true. There's a little horn-like thing you can put your ocarina in with a little loop so that it doesn't just fall. A little thing showing you how to do some beginning songs. It looks cool, but it's very, very poorly designed. This right here is the base for this thing. And this is the actual ocarina. Actually amazing. It is a fully functioning ocarina. Put your fingers over the holes and so I can figure out how to play and learn how to use this thing, and it'll be awesome. But like I said, this is very poorly designed, the stand. It's supposed to go like this, but there's nothing to catch it down here or anywhere. There's no catch for it, and so it falls. It shows how to hold it on the box, but if you try it, there's no catches or holds. This was very poorly designed. It would look good on paper, but it doesn't work so well in execution because there's no catch spots for it, so it keeps falling. There's no designed spot where it would naturally rest. But everything else about that is absolutely cool. I'm going to get that set up, and it's going to be awesome. Thank you so very much. I wish I hadn't lost the little name card thing again. I feel terrible about that, but it is awesome. Thank you so very, very much. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. I am going to have to call this one. It is 7:01. I'm going to go do my normal stuff, but the power going out just blew this out entirely. So thank you very, very much for coming along with me on this journey of exploration. I wish I didn't have to cut it short, but I've only got an hour before I get out of here. It takes about a half hour for this stuff to render, and then I've got to make sure it's about 20 minutes to half hour of editing time. So you take care. Have a great day today. Hopefully I'm going to have a reaction video. We'll see. I'm going to be back late. I'll have something today. Promise you that. I will see you on the flip side, my friend. I'm sorry I'm so disorganized today. I'm a mess.